Hi there, it's Susan from SusanWinter.net. Thank you for joining me. I have more questions and answers today. And our viewer, Carrie, writes, Dear Susan, can you please share some practical methods one can use to stop obsessively thinking about someone? Thank you so much. Very good. Thank you, Carrie. First of all, we tend to get into an obsession when we don't have the partner the way we want to. This doesn't occur when you go home every night to your husband or wife. I mean, you don't have that kind of obsession. You have a sense of security. So obsessively thinking about somebody is a natural outcome. Well, it's an extreme outcome, let me say, of an unresolved goal, meaning you want them closer to you than they are, or they've left you and you want them back. So your human nature wants to achieve this goal. You want what you want, and you want it to be a certain way. The problem is that because you can't act on it, or your actions are not effective, the only thing you have left is mental obsession. So you run in a loop in your own mind. It feels like you're achieving something, but you're not. And that's the crux of it. We do it, there's a kind of a weird logic built in. It's sort of like running in place. You're trying to chase this goal that you cannot get to, and the only way is mental. But here's the truth about it, is that it's not effective. I mean, you're the only one that knows it, and it's probably destroying your serenity, probably messing with your concentration, and I bet you're not sleeping very well. So any of us who have had a mental obsession with somebody, it's in the realm of fantasy. Either we're thinking about somebody that we don't have, we wish we had them, but mostly we're aware of somebody in our present life that it's not going the way we want. So if you have done everything in the physical realm and nothing is working, then the best thing to do is to admit that this is a mental obsession. And it sounds like you're ready to leave this, Carrie, and move forward in writing this. Understand that a mental obsession is a habit, and habits can be broken when they are replaced with something else. So you have an attachment to this person, and there might be triggers. Maybe you live in an area and you drive by where their work is, or the place where you met them, or perhaps they're a coworker and you're forced to see them. This is difficult. But what we have to do is superimpose a goal, something that really excites us, and put that as our focal point instead of the rut of going back and forth with this obsession. So find something in your life that is more exciting than this person. And you may have to do some digging. Maybe you have to create something from scratch. Maybe you need to really reevaluate your goals and where do you want to go in life. It can be anything, but find something that excites you, a passion, a hobby, an achievement, a big goal, something that involves helping others, and put that as your primary goal. Now, when you catch yourself thinking about somebody else, you know, years ago, there was the trick of putting a rubber band on your wrist and snapping it each time. Yeah, you'd be bruised, okay? But it shows you how often the mind wants to go back to the habit that it knows, especially when, for whatever reason, you cannot do anything in the physical to make this change happen that you desire. So understand that that's not going to help you, that it will harm you, and that the only way to achieve your own happiness and groundedness is to focus on the things you can control that are right in front of you, the achievement of other goals that are even more tantalizing than this person. And if you practice that and really commit yourself, every time you catch your mind, put it back on your goal. Now, in the beginning, you're going to feel ridiculous. And you might even doubt it, because sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. But we are creatures of habit, and you will relearn this. And a little bit of side seduction, if I can. Just bear with me for a moment while I explain this. Every time you think about somebody, you keep them alive in your system, and you keep them alive energetically. If this is a person that you want, to be thinking of you, there's no need for them because your constant output is feeding them. It's feeding them on a level that we can't see, but we sense. And the only time that somebody notices you're there is when you're not there. So if you actually need a little incentive, know that not thinking about this person is the quickest way to reboot them and wake them up to the awareness of, well, where's Carrie? I felt Carrie's energy, now I don't feel Carrie's energy. Just a little trick for you, okay? Thank you very much. And for those of you who are interested, please check out my consultation packages. Let me work with you one-on-one. It is so dynamic and it's so rewarding. Thank you for coming to this channel, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with me.